Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick, Mike the Mariner, Barry the Boater, not with us today.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
That's probably a good thing. I don't know. But he's taking a break, so we'll catch up with Barry the Boater next week on the big show. However, we got to educate our, passengers accordingly on today's, 1 hour radio spectacular and catch them up on my track. I just got back from the Florida Keys. I did the Jimmy Buffett tour in honor of the man. Yeah. I mean, last time, we were talking about this, Patrick he was arguing with me a little bit. You took a little heat on our Facebook page.
Oh no, I took a listen.
Yeah.
Inundated.
Right.
And let me make it clear. I did not say I hate Jimmy Buffett. I made that clear on the show.
Right.
I don't know the guy. I don't hate Jimmy Buffett.
Right.
I hate his music.
You hate his music, right?
What do you hate about his music?
I know it's the
wrong with his
soundtrack
music?
of the boater, on the water.
Nobody in the industry that I know of,
yeah,
that builds, repairs, works on, unless they're running a Happy Time Tiki charter, is listening to Jimmy Buffett. Okay, because it's annoying.
Well, I think you're.
Come on, it is not annoying.
I think you're seriously wrong. What I saw from a lot of the comments was, and you did kind of say this, Patrick. You didn't want to. You didn't want to acknowledge Jimmy Buffett's contribution to the boating industry and what he did.
He made no contribution to the boating industry.
Oh my gosh! Well, you are asking for it, my friend. You really are asking for it.
His music is the soundtrack of the industry.
Yeah, he said boats made after his songs.
You are wrong.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, we'll agree to disagree, or if I agreed with Captain Patrick, then we'd both be wrong. So, yeah.
Then what is the soundtrack? Is it Gordon Lightfoot? What's the soundtrack of the boating industry?
Yeah,
AC/DC.
Oh boy, here we go.
Because nobody is laying up, nobody is hand laying fiberglass cloth 2415 on a 48-foot custom fish listening to Jimmy Buffett. Okay, there's a difference between the boating industry and the boating lifestyle.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last time. So you don't believe Jimmy Buffett had any impact on the boating industry and how people look at boating in general?
No, that's two questions.
Okay, well, answer them both.
Okay, boating industry, no.
Wow.
Boating lifestyle, yes.
Okay.
You don't think his music promoted a lifestyle that made people go buy boats?
Yeah.
I do not.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, because prior to 1977 in Margaritaville, nobody was using boats recreationally.
Well, no.
Nobody was going out and having a great time on boats. It didn't exist. It was a vast wasteland off the coast of the United States, whether from the west coast of California to Washington to the east coast of the Keys all the way up to Maine.
Okay.
It was a vast wasteland of nothingness until Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville came out, and then all the boats came out.
Okay,
No.
Nobody
all
is
the
saying
Elvis movies.
Yes, but nobody is saying that boating or the industry didn't exist until Jimmy Buffett music. No one's saying that. They're just saying his contribution to the industry had an impact, affected a lot of people, shined a huge spotlight on the lifestyle of boating with all the songs. I mean, it's hard not, the city of Key West is talking about naming the airport Jimmy Buffett Airport. I don't know if you know about that, but I think there ought to be some kind of boating salute to Mr. Buffett as well. I think maybe there should be, some marinas or down in the Keys maybe or something. I think it warrants it. He had a huge impact on boating despite what Captain Patrick seems to
only if the man, while he was alive, had formed a company that would like build, communities. Maybe even name them after one of his songs, like, I don't know, Margaritaville, and have like Margaritaville retirement homes and Margaritaville hospitals and Margaritaville marinas. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. That did happen. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So he pulled that off. So that's a good thing.
And
isn't it?
restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get, you can go to any Margaritaville around the world and get a pretty damn good blackened fish sandwich. It's one of the few
Mhm.
restaurants
And that's
Uh,
what it says on the menu.
outside of
Have our
Florida.
damn pretty good black. and
They're
fish
good.
sandwich.
I tell you. I mean, I've had them on all, landlocked places, and that's kind of a hard dish to get outside of South Florida, the Keys, if you ask me. And they seem to get it
Yeah.
right at Margaritaville. So go figure. But
All I
anyway,
want to say to our listeners is,
yeah.
this is
We're
why you
sorry.
listen, you love the controversy.
Wait. Okay. All right.
Hey,
You
look,
love
I mean,
to hate.
he had an impact on a lot of people.
Right.
His music was great. He was a fantastic author. I don't know if you've read.
He even
It was,
himself said he was like, he's not a very good singer. He just happened to.
Yeah.
And I'll give
He's
him.
a, he's a great
boy.
songwriter.
He
Yes.
created a
Great
genre.
songwriter.
He created a genre. He created a niche, which is incredibly hard to do in
Yeah.
any industry, especially in entertainment,
Yeah.
which nobody has really been able to duplicate to this point.
True.
And again, from an artist standpoint, from a man standpoint, I don't hate the man. I don't like his music. I don't care for his music. It's not anything that I would listen to. I've
Mhm.
had people come on boats that I've been in charge of, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to put on," and it's like, "No, you are not."
It's the
'Cause you will
law.
be
Come
off the
on.
boat.
It's you have to play Jimmy Buffett music for your passengers if you want to make them happy, Patrick. That's pretty much the
I'm not
law.
worried about making people happy. I'm
Yeah,
worried about
obviously.
getting back into shore in one piece.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, there's that too. But if you want to keep them in a lighthearted boating, mood, Buffett does it better than any of them. Matter of fact, the latest single that was just released from his new album, he had a new album coming out, and it's still coming out, I believe, in November. The first single came out last week after his passing, and it's called Bubbles Up. And it's if you watch it online, the video online, it's like going on a scuba dive, and it's like his little tip of the hat to scuba diving. There's a few lines in there about diving, which I thought was very interesting from my perspective as a scuba diver. I was like, wow, Jimmy really hit a home run with that one for me. So I think divers really appreciate that song, and it's a good song. It's a really good song.
Nothing beats Little Richard's song about scuba diving that I found for you like 4 or 5 years ago.
That is a good song too.
That is awesome, and
Right.
that's such a hidden gem. Most people, when I said that to you, were like, "Oh my God, this is the best thing ever."
That is a good song, but
I've never heard
Jimmy
that one.
Buffett has, he has probably 20, 30 songs that you could play on a scuba diver's playlist as well as boaters, or even I bet the song for boaters I bet there's 50 different Buffett songs that would fit
Yeah.
for a boating soundtrack for
So
anybody.
we played Jimmy Buffett a lot on Silhouette. We
Yeah.
play Jimmy Buffett. We play Zach Brown Band. And
Yeah,
we
that's a
play,
good one, too.
And we play Yacht Rock.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Yacht Rock channel.
I've
Well, then you
it was
got
a
the
given. You wearing
and
that
AC/DC.
outfit, that was a given.
right and AC/DC's
And
for
AC/DC.
Patrick's sake when he's on board.
Yeah.
But you can mix it up a little bit. Yeah, Zach Brown
Sure.
Band and Jimmy Buffett have a song they did together, Knee
Yes.
Deep, I think, and that has a boating
Yes.
vibe to it. So there you go. Bring the best of all the music genres together.
He never
Despite
collaborated with Kiss. Now that would have then I would have had some respect for the man.
really, oh jeez, okay,
Can you imagine Jimmy Buffett and Kiss teaming up on "Lick It Up"? That'd have
I
been awesome.
can. That would have been disgusting and disturbing at the same time. So, I guess what we're learning from this conversation that Mike and I have more traditional musical tastes than Captain Patrick when it comes to, especially the boating lifestyle. And Patrick is on an island.
Greg, why are you?
I love
texting me
AC/DC too. Don't get me wrong, but my God, I just can't believe that he doesn't.
Why are you texting
value
me
that.
these very weird images of Popeye?
Yes, we're going to talk about that. Is it time to bring Popeye back? I got a picture, a poster of a movie potential. We'll talk about that next on The World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Ahoy, sailors and sea-loving scalawags! Do you feel lost at sea when your boat needs an upgrade? And does installing electronics make you want to walk the plank? Well, shiver me timbers and fear not, because MPI, Marine Professionals Incorporated, has come to the rescue. MPI is ready to steer your boat into the digital age. That's right, mates. The installation gurus at MPI can install the latest navigation gizmos. MPI installs all the major manufacturers of state-of-the-art entertainment systems. We've got speakers that'll make Davy Jones dance, and screens so sharp you'll think you're watching Pirates of the Caribbean in 3D. So, if you're ready to sail the digital seas in style and party like a true buccaneer, call me mates at MPI 954-763-4161 or request your free consultation now at marineprofessionals.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Welcome aboard. I will be your captain. You'll be my scallywags. I don't know what that means, but you will be them. And here's how we play.
Thank you for your attention and welcome aboard.
Let's go.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Mike the Mariner, Captain Patrick, rounding out the crew. He's the one who's not the big fan of Jimmy Buffett or his contribution to the boating industry. He just doesn't feel it. That's fine. Yeah, he's right. He has a right to his opinion, and the fact that it's wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, so we'll just leave it at that for now. But, you know, I see Jimmy Buffett's impact on the boating industry as huge. We've talked about that extensively already. And now he's gone. So what are we going to do now? Something popped up on my feed this week, a movie poster for a new Popeye. And it like shows Popeye like super muscular, like on serious steroids. I sent it to the crew. Mike, what do you think of that poster?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool.
Actually. You like it?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's totally steroided out. Borderline monster looking to me. I don't know. I thought it was a little over the top, but I was like, all right, well, if we're going to bring anyone back that could benefit boating, I think Popeye's the guy. He's the OG. Are you on board with that, Patrick? What do you think?
I think he's modeled after Captain Patrick, isn't he?
Well, that might be a compliment unless you look at his knuckles, dragging the floor.
Okay, so this is a total hoax, right?
Yes, it's a hose. I know.
Okay, because when you look down at the bottom of the poster, a film by Bluto and Lutisa's relatives.
Okay, right. An olive
production
oil
by
and...
Adobe Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Only the best technology.
Right, but it's set up like
oil and sweet pea.
Yeah, it looks like a, but it looks like a classic movie poster.
Waiting for somebody to Photoshop Trump's head on that.
Oh, maybe. But it's been out for a while, but it just popped up on my radar, and I was like, well, maybe it's time to bring Popeye back if they wanted to do something like that.
Wrong.
You don't think that'd be good for boating? He could
No.
be the new, bring
Wrong.
an updated Popeye and that would help boating too. No,
No. Popeye'd get canceled today.
Popeye would get canceled. What? Because of
Yeah.
spinach? I don't think so. I don't think so. Why? Why would Popeye get canceled? There's nothing Popeye did that was controversial. Do you think?
Oh, not at all. No, he didn't beat up anybody. He didn't get into fights on a daily basis with
He defended her honor, Olive Oil's honor.
Ludo. Listen, in today's day and age, you call the police, you file a report. You don't take matters into your own hands, Greg.
Mm. Well, I'm thinking the movie should come out and it should be a totally Jimmy Buffett soundtrack to the whole thing.
Jimmy Buffett.
A mashup.
Popeye.
Yep.
Jimmy Buffett does Popeye.
Mhm.
No.
That's
So,
a matchup.
I mean, we need heroes to look up to. Maybe it's time to bring, they rehash everything else.
Well, you know
why
how they
not?
do, they're doing origin stories now.
Mhm.
So that's where you really have to do. You have to do the origin story on Popeye and go back to his early formative years.
Okay.
Like when he was being raised by his dad. You remember his dad's name, right?
No. Poopeye?
Close.
Okay.
Poop Deck Pappy.
Okay. Well, see, leave it to Captain Patrick to know the answer to that one. So he's a fan of Popeye, not so much Jimmy Buffett, but you know
and
the
his best
backstory
friend
of Popeye.
his best friend was a grifter. Was always
Okay.
spare changing to buy hamburgers.
Right. On a Tuesday.
What kind of life is
Oh,
that
yeah.
man leading?
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly pay
Go
you
do something
tomorrow for a
productive with your
hamburger
life.
today.
Okay. All right. So, were you saying you're on board with this idea, Patrick, or
No,
no?
I think it's a stupid idea. It's a
All right.
ridiculous idea.
So you don't think
It's
we
time to
need
move on.
we don't need any new heroes for the boating industry to rally behind?
Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall did enough to destroy the Popeye franchise. Let's just leave it alone.
Or Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell and Overboard? Okay.
Overboard, yeah.
All
so
right.
so Popeye with a
wasn't
Jimmy
Popeye.
Buffett soundtrack.
Yeah. Popeye with a Jimmy Buffett soundtrack. That's my vote. So bring it back. Come on, Hollywood. Listen up. We know what America wants. And that's our request. And, yeah, Patrick just doesn't
Says
like
the
it.
man who's eagerly awaiting Sharknado 10.
Well, hey, it could happen. I mean, they're up there already. Actually they are talking about bringing that back, believe it or not.
I'm
too.
sure. Sharks got taken up in a hurricane along with a metal fabrication plant, and now the sharks are metal.
It could happen. Okay, so anyway, enough fantasy. I think we do have some updates to cover as far as some news stories. Before we get to that, though, I do want to check in with Mike the Mariner, find out what he's been up to, because you did some Labor Day sailing. We haven't really got an update from you on how that went. So what's been happening since then on your vessel there, Mike?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did a little bit of cruising. Not the trip we were going to take. The first day the weather was a little bit dicey, so we stayed local, but we did take Silhouette out for a day cruise with some friends, and then we interestingly we were approaching the I-4 bridge. I was talking to Captain Patrick during the break, and there's a turn marker there, a green channel marker that's on 3 very, very heavy duty posts.
Yeah, they are.
Someone hit it and sheared that thing off at the water line.
Oh, wow.
And so that whatever hit it had to be going very fast and was a pretty substantial boat, because these are basically telephone poles.
Did anybody
there's
look off into the shoreline about 300 yards to see if
I couldn't find anything. Yeah, I did. Well, I looked, but I couldn't find anything. But actually, I called the Coast Guard, and it had not been reported yet. So
Really?
It must have happened in the day or so before we passed that area. And about a week later, the Coast Guard put a temporary marker there, and actually a red warning marker on. So there's a green floating channel marker and a red warning marker on top of the
Broken
wood
piece.
that got sheared off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in that area, just know that it's now at the water line. The green marker's gone, and just be careful, especially if you're traveling through there at dawn or dusk.
Right. Well, when you
But,
reported it, did they say, well, yeah, you're the first one to say something? Do they have it under surveillance where they can go back and check the tapes and find out who did it? Or no?
Damn.
No, they
Don't have any
they
security
not-
cameras? Come on.
No, but interestingly, so
Should.
I was in So I was in near Sanford on Lake Monroe, and when I called on the radio, I got Coast Guard Sector Jacksonville.
Yep.
And so the repeaters worked very well. They thought I was somewhere near them, and when I explained where I was and gave them the channel marker number, and they were surprised they were talking to me on the radio. But
Yeah.
They actually mobilized pretty quickly, and within a week they had a temporary marker sunk. And,
Bob, what are these strange? There's a strange voice coming out of this talk box. what is this alien technology?
I hear Jimmy
Right.
Buffett music in the background. It must be a boater.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, you
You know,
did your. You
so
did
here's
your.
the thing, Mike. The part of the marker, because again, being very substantial in size, that is totally sheared off, totally broken off, and
At the
is
bottom of
on
the
its
ocean
way
now.
somewhere up to the port of Jacksonville.
Well, you're
Yeah,
assuming
no,
it
it's in the bottom
floated.
of the channel.
Exactly. It sunk like a rock because it's a piece of old piling or something. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Guys, we have a situation. I broke the bathroom.
How the heck did you manage to do that?
We ran out of TP, so I had to use my shirt.
Ew.
Well, long story short, turns out that pipes on the boat are not BVT compatible.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Mike the Mariner, and Captain Patrick rounding out the crew. We're going to navigate the latest boating news and information. But I think we covered most of it as far as Mike the Mariner's latest boating outing. He did his, he did his good deed for the week by reporting to the Coast Guard a marker that had been sheared off. We assume it was boat. It might have been them aliens that they debuted in Mexico.
Could have been.
Might have been them.
Whatever hit it, I'll tell you what. Whatever hit it must
just
look
sheared it
pretty
right
rough
off
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And could you even?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, what you saw just like a little end of it sticking up out of the water, and that's what caught your attention, or
That's all you could see. So
Yeah.
it's on three pilings, and those three pilings were literally sheared off at the water line. So as I approached, I was looking for the green marker and I couldn't find it, but I saw these. I saw the tops of the wood and all splintered, and
Yeah.
so whatever hit it was pretty substantial. So,
And the
yeah.
big danger there, for those that don't know, even though that is Lake Monroe and it's part of the St. Johns River, the water levels change quite frequently, especially the more storms and stuff that we get down in southeast Florida because that river runs north. So all those headwaters down there, that all feeds that. So we know during the heavy storms and stuff like that, occasionally the Coast Guard will come out and buoy off parts of the river like it is like either no boating or it is a idle speed only type of situation. So it's very possible, you get a new boater in that area and the water level is up because of storms or whatever, and they go right over the top of where that marker was and wind up doing some serious damage or getting somebody hurt.
Right.
So well done, Mike.
I would expect them to replace it because it is a channel. It is a turn, so it's got a blinking light. It's a green blinking marker. So they will have to replace it because
it just
marker.
happens that I have a side business where I do channel markers on the side. So
Really? All right.
would you like that with the concrete, or would you like that with the telephone pole material? And would you like it 24-hour camera surveillance like your partner there, Greg, would like? Or would you just like maybe I put like a alligator on top of it?
I don't know. Maybe send me a couple of proposals and we'll evaluate the costs.
I'm sorry. I know you like me, Mike, but I will not be proposing to you.
Wow. That's just made things very awkward.
All right. Speaking of proposals, I do want to give a shout out to my son. He's getting married in 2 weeks to a beautiful girl, Sarah. My son's name is Mason. And we're doing a little bit of maintenance on the boat this weekend because we're doing his bachelor party on the boat next weekend.
This isn't going to end
his
well.
friends. Oh no, it's going to be fine. No craziness. We're just going to do a cruise.
No, nothing ever crazy happens on a boat during a bachelor party. Said every 1980s movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to go out to international waters means absolutely nothing, and that's fine. No. Congratulations to your son, though. That's good. That's good stuff to hear. And you did the right thing. And I think the moral of your piling story or your marker story would be don't assume the Coast Guard knows. If you see some damage to stuff like that, don't be shy to report it, because it sounds like you were kind of surprised that you didn't know about it already.
Greg, they don't even know how radio transmissions work.
Well, okay. That was Captain Patrick, not me or Mike.
Yeah, it was surprising that they didn't know about it, but I do have to say kudos to them. They moved on it pretty quickly.
Right.
Well, talking about Mike's upcoming bachelor party for his son, coming out of the Boston area. Are you ready for this one?
Oh, yeah.
Nantucket yacht case. Pornographic films allegedly shot on boat where doctor was arrested.
So he didn't get it out to international waters, it sounds like.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. So pornographic films were allegedly shot on this yacht where a retired surgeon was arrested on drug and gun charges earlier this month. Dr. Scott Anthony Burke, 69, was arrested. I didn't make that up. That's his actual age. Was arrested on September 5th while his boat, the Jess Con, was docked at Nantucket Harbor. Police responded to the vessel for a medical assistance call and reportedly found, are you ready for this? Cocaine, ketamine, guns, and ammunition on board, which, as everyone knows, that's just a Friday night in Sanford.
Yeah. Well, maybe the guns.
What was the medical emergency? Do we know?
So the young lady that was on board, who the doctor then said, no, she's an employee of mine, which she was not. She
was for an hour.
Easy. She reportedly had FaceTimed a previous boyfriend who lived in Texas and said, I'm not feeling real well. I'm not comfortable on this yacht. There's all this stuff and there's these drugs and stuff like that. And he, the ex-boyfriend who lived in Texas, then called the authorities, reported it. They showed up and, of course, find the young lady who is lethargic, to say the least, along with the drugs and stuff like that. And then the lawyer for the doctor says, this chick's ex-boyfriend, none of this stuff happened. He was just he was feeling like she didn't want to talk to him, and he was a spurned ex-boyfriend, and none of this stuff that they found on the yacht matters because this guy was a ex-boyfriend. So please disregard all the drugs and guns and ammunition that were found on the boat. That's not happening.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it could have been that, but yeah, Using that as excuse didn't go over with the Coast Guard, evidently.
Yeah, the Dr. Burke's lawyer described his client as a successful surgeon and humanitarian.
Okay.
There is a lifetime history of humanitarian nature that shows the character of this man. Listen, you can have a lifetime of humanitarian work, but all it takes is one bad turn, one bad decision. And does all that go out the window in this day and age? Yes.
Okay. Well, don't be that guy. If you're going to do that kind of stuff, make sure you're far enough offshore that you're in international waters and there's no cell phone coverage.
Or if you're Mike and you're planning a bachelor party for his son, contact Dr. Burke, because apparently
he knows how to throw a party
on a yacht.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the kind of partying we do.
Yeah.
Couple of beers when the boat's back at the dock. Good music and some dinner and stuff like that.
Buffet music.
Well, you know.
Yeah. That's all you need, Patrick. So
That's
he's
all you
going to
need.
keep it on the up and up. All right.
Yeah.
So we have a few other stories to navigate through. Go ahead. We got about 30 seconds to tease one for the next segment. What do you got, Patrick? What do you think?
Oh, out on the west coast of the United States, as we refer to it in the maritime industry, the west coast. We've got an update on a stranded sailor.
Name Popeye?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So stranded.
Captain Logan Walker.
All right.
You're going to love this because this did not end well.
Okay, but it's out on the left coast, off the coast of California, which, by the way, lobster season's kicking in this week, too, off the California coast. We got to talk about that. They're opening it like 6 hours earlier than last year. What does that mean? Hell if I know, but they're doing it. We got that and then some next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
You guys, where's Haley? She is on a boat in the marina, putting you in her rear view mirror. Boats have those, don't they? Come on down to my boat, baby.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. All right, so a guy is cruising off the coast or off the left coast there, California, and what happens to him, Patrick?
Yeah, the stranded sailor who goes by Captain Logan Walker. He was en route from Seattle to Richardson Bay. Said he took a nap and woke up to find his sailboat awash in the surf back on July 31st.
Okay.
So this goes before the Stinson Beach City Commission, and they have a hearing on because his boat's stuck. He can't get the boat off the beach. He doesn't have any money. What are they going to do about this thing? So the report is after a hearing full of expletives and interruptions, a federal judge extended a temporary restraining order, giving the stranded sailor a few extra days to move his boat before the county intervenes, at which point the county would come in and basically destroy it to get it up off the beach. So the expletives and interruptions, of course, were given by the one and only Captain Walker, who then walked out of the hearing without shoes and took time to pack his tobacco pipe full of what he says is marijuana and light it up right then and there.
It's legal now. So your point is what?
No, it's not. It's no medical prescription, yes, but not like that. According to the judge, Walker has until 12 p.m. this past Monday to get it out before the county will come out and assess the area to remove it. He was asked, "Do you think you'll make it?" He said, "Yeah, it can be out of here real soon." How soon? The next tide. Now, throwing this out there to you guys, do you think he got the boat off the beach or not?
No, he's too busy getting stoned.
Maybe. That may be the case. Yeah, he doesn't sound like the most dependable guy.
Yeah, he did not make it.
Okay.
He did not make it.
He did
Surprise,
not make
surprise.
it. His boat has been destroyed, and he is now totally
Boatless.
shoeless and packed. Oh my God! Wait a minute, Greg.
What?
A captain.
Yeah.
No shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking a pipe.
Right.
We just found your real life Popeye.
Well, he's smoking a pipe full of spinach. If it's staying true to the original.
The devil's lettuce.
Right.
He's smoking the devil's lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, don't be that guy, I guess. You know.
So the Marin County Sheriff's Office came out and basically went through the motions, and because the temporary restraining order had expired, they came out and destroyed the boat and carted off the pieces off the beach. So now they've got guy basically lost his home. Kind of feel bad for him. But
Do
at the
you
same
really?
time,
You don't. Don't lie. My gosh.
listen, man, anybody loses their home. I mean, whatever it is, and whether, through his fault or not, the fact of the matter is, this thing, when you look at the pictures as far as how far up the beach, because of the tide, that this thing was stuck, he wasn't getting this thing off the beach. This thing was not coming up.
Right.
I thought it was interesting that the article also has an advertisement down at the end from Tommy Chong. I thought that was kind of cool.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, like I said,
want to kind of couple things here. One, a PSA for all of our listeners up and down the East Coast of the United States: stay in port. Okay, conditions offshore are not, and especially up in the Northeast, just your boating season is over. Okay, you got Hurricane Lee out there tossing up surf and waves and whatnot, and they've already had some people that have tried to venture out the past couple days, and it did not end well for them. And just stay in port. You're going to be much happier.
Okay.
Listen to some Jimmy Buffett, and pack your pipe full of what was that, Mike?
Spinach.
No, he referred to something else.
The devil's lettuce.
Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And have you guys ever looked at any of these boat dock rodeos?
A boat dock rodeo?
The
You
boat
mean
docking competitions.
Yes, I have. Those are really fun to watch.
Oh, wait. You mean ones that are actually organized? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
just weekend warriors?
There is a whole world out there of competitive boat docking.
Really?
Yes.
That really
So they try to do like the Captain Ron thing, where he turns off the
it's
engine.
mostly lobster boats. Yes, it's mostly lobster boats. They do it a lot up in Maine and Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Maryland
but
and
yeah.
Virginia, but go on.
Well, they're there too, but they are usually single engine boats, single engine diesels, and these guys have some skills. It's really
yeah,
it's fun to watch.
As one spectator said, it's redneck like NASCAR, just
Right.
on the water.
Okay.
Incorrect, because no boats are going airborne and flipping over end, or catching on fire. But what is it about, and I know it's just not those of us who live in the United States, but why does everything have to turn into a competition?
Well, because that's the nature of humanity.
Right.
I mean, competition makes everything better. Why wouldn't you want competition? Because if you didn't have competition, there would be no reason for you to improve your skills. Just
Exactly.
everybody would be mediocre.
Right.
So you have competition, so people actually get better at a particular skill,
Mhm.
and So there you
bragging
go.
rights,
That's
if
why-
nothing else. I mean, that
Yeah.
actually that's a really good skill to say that. Hey, you're the best boat dock captain in the area, or
listen,
in
if
the
I
U.S.
observed anybody coming into a marina at the speed these guys come into, I'd be blowing a hole in their boat. That's
yeah.
number one. These guys are not coming in like normal everyday boaters and coming in. They're coming in like they've got 30 seconds before the fishing competition ends, and they know they got the winning catch on board.
Yeah,
and they are full throttle.
But that's a pretty cool skill to have, though. That shows some expertise on how to handle your vessel. I think there's why would you not want them to be able to do that, Patrick? I mean, come on, that's a good thing.
Because according to Jake Jacobs, who captains Outlaw, one of Chesapeake Bay's faster boats, we crash all the time.
Well, yeah, practicing. And there has to be losers, and there should be consequences if you lose.
If it crosses your mind that you might scratch your boat, you done lost.
Well, here's the thing. The whole premise of the competition is it's a timed event, and you approach the slip from a 90-degree angle, and then they start the clock, and you have to swing the boat, back it into the slip, and put two lines on a spring and a stern line to stop the clock. So that same thing happens in deep sea fishing tournaments. If you go to a deep sea fishing tournament, those boats are coming in and they have to hit the scales by a certain time. So they're coming in, they're backing in very quickly. These guys are very good as well.
Yeah.
And they're weighing their catch, and then they have to get out of that slip so another boat can get in.
Right.
So
it's like NASCAR in the pit, when they're changing all the stuff for boaters. I like the idea. I'm going to look it up and watch some of this competition. I didn't even know it was out there. Thanks, Patrick, for that. So that gives me some more stuff to watch online that'll waste my time for the week. But that's just what we do. That and listen to Buffett music. All right. Till next time, though, remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better.
Life is better as a bird.
Safe boating, everyone.
Barnacle-bitten swab. World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.